Hi, my name is Colin Davidson, and today I have for you an overview of a Getzen Eterna Severinsen model trumpet. This horn just got out of the repair shop. I replaced the lead pipe and did a decent bit of dent work on the bell and reset those S braces to get this thing playing properly again. I had originally bought this horn thinking it was just going to be a parts horn because it was pretty ugly when I got it, but now it's quite beautiful. These horns were made from the early 1960s to the late 70s or so in collaboration with the great Doc Severinsen. I'm a big fan of Getzen valve blocks. I think they're good looking blocks. They're quite nice. Quite tight there. But they have these internal threads on the top of the casings and kind of a unique, I guess it's not that unique, but it's different than a Bach per se valve design. I'll do a little close-up of that later so you can see it. Not a super intricate trumpet. It's kind of just a very standard looking horn, if you ask me. Amato water keys, those are new as well. The old ones were shot, so I had to get a new set of them. I do like the brace design on all these point-to-point braces between the tubes that you can see here on the first valve slide, as well on the bell. And here, it's simple, but it's pretty. Same thing can be said about the tuning slide brace, just simple, pretty. Like the pull knobs as well. The pull knobs are kind of unique on this horn. They're very, very thin. And I don't know if Getzen made a lot of horns with that design of pull knob. I've not had a whole bunch of Getzen horns in my collection or in my shop. Yeah, if you're familiar with this model, you can kind of see there's a couple of things that are different about it than normal. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I got a new lead pipe for it from Getzen because the old one was just toast. And they included a finger hook on the lead pipe, which was pretty handy because the one that was here was missing when I got it. The finger buttons are the only thing that are odd about this horn. I'm not sure if they're original or not, but they're like chrome plated and not silver plated. I'm not sure if you can see that in the video, but yeah, they're not exactly the same color as everything else on the horn. The S braces are a really standard design. I think the Getzens, I've got a pretty wide gap between the bell and the lead pipe here. Bach trumpets are generally a bit thinner between those two spaces. Yeah, this was just repaired, cleaned, and polished in my repair shop. And it's quite a player. I would say it's kind of a commercial player's dream, if you ask me. It really, really sizzles up top. And the articulations are very, very punchy on this horn. Now I'm going to take some of the small parts off, give you guys a overview of that as well. So now I'm going to give you a walk through all the small parts. There's the piston. As you can see, it's nickel plated. I'll take off this so you can see everything that comes off. Finger button comes off. The top gap comes off. The valve is solid all the way there. You actually pull this apart like this. Just get this out of here. And then the spring slides out. These valves feel fantastic. Pretty much every Getzen trumpet I've played that's been in good shape, I've thought the valves were really, really nice. Here's the valve guide. Kind of a cool design. My buddy 3D printed this for me as well. There's the spring. Nothing fancy, just does its job. The top caps thread into the top of the valve casing instead of onto it, like on some other horns. Pretty standard knurling. Here's the bottom cap. Here's the second valve slide. The very cool pull knob I mentioned earlier in the video. First valve slide. No thumb rings on these. And all of the slides have nickel tubes, which I think is quite nice. Nickel tubes and brass crooks underneath this silver plate. Here is the third valve slide. It has the adjustable third valve slide ring. You can move that in and out to accommodate whatever your hand size might be. I replaced the original Amato water keys with these, with a screw back style. I'll try and disassemble one for you on camera. See if I can get this to work here. I just prefer this to the C-clip design that Getzen makes standard. I feel like the C-clips can get lost too easily when you are disassembling a horn if one is not careful. And these work just great. This is the original Amato key. I saved one just so I could show it off in this video. It's kind of cool looking because it's got this thing on top. I think it's purely decorative. You really don't need this here, but this is what the old ones looked like. But like I said, these were shot. They just were leaking like crazy, so I had to replace them. Another nice thing about these horns, and I think pretty much all Getzens have this, this is the third valve slide stop. It loops this end, loops around the back brace, and then it catches here, and you can regulate how far you want it to go by sticking it into one of these 3 slots. It just snaps into place, and then it only goes so far. I think it's kind of nice not having an actual rod or some brace soldered in place to hold slides from coming all the way out. I like that design. Put this back together, and then I'll take a little playtest video of it for you so you can kind of hear what it sounds like. Here's a little lo-fi clip of how it plays.